let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grand rising and welcome to Good Morning Experts. That's right. I'm Troy Gandy, your index voice of inspiration, and I have the extreme pleasure to present the others and introduce the some we're talking about for this morning's Pass the Ball segment. The man that has that reputation of being a master builder. He's a six-figure ring earner, gold legacy member, and the first shareholder in Washington, D.C. He's known to this family as the man of courageous conversations. We talking about Uncle Shot.
Woo! Thank you for that, Troy.
Whoop, whoop.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir. The ball's in your court. Take it away, sir.
All right. Thank you. Well, we'd like to welcome everybody to Money Making Monday here at the biggest, baddest CEO meetup on the planet. I am Uncle Jock, zooming in from the DMV, and we are officially in the tip drill version of what we call pass the ball. This is where we take the ball, we pass it around to our experts who are zooming in from all over the country. And what they're going to do is express, explain, and share with you some of the money making activities that they're doing. So we call this the 2 minute money moves. All right. So get it all out in 2 minutes, or like Troy said, the clock will get you. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I got three questions for y'all. I hope the DJ is on my heels. Team, come off mute if you can. How y'all feel?
Fired
Up.
up.
Let's go.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. And what's up?
My income.
Income.
And who gets a green sheet?
Everybody gets
gets
a
green
Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet. Get your green sheets. Everybody gets a green sheet.
All right. So real quick, how can I say this? All right. Can we have some courageous conversation this morning?
Always, your
Anybody?
Uncle Jock.
Thank you, D. Thank you, D. Thank you, Troy. So y'all know how when you're a kid and you get some new shoes and you put the new shoes on and you be like, dang, like you really start hearing the song like I believe I can fly because you think you can like jump real high because you got these new shoes on, right? Dr. Mark, you ain't gonna slip up on us with that fly new background, buddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna just slide in with the new pair of sneakers on us this morning and think ain't nobody gonna know. Okay. So I just wanted to point out that is a fly background, my guy. Actually matches my colors that I have in my background. I think we might need to talk about acquiring and acquisition. You feel me? Maybe some merging and acquisition. Have y'all been hearing the real quick? Y'all did say we can have some courageous conversation, right? Okay.
Yes, we did.
So anybody been hearing anything about in the Xperia grapevine? Anybody?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh,
Anybody
yeah.
want to talk about it? Let's and so we can clear the air a little bit because you know, sometimes people, when they have a misconception of what is, and what is truth, right? When people have a misconception of what is, sometimes they do something that's not intentional. I call it living lies and telling lies, right? So what happens is sometimes when you don't get the truth, you take that non-truth and you go spew it as the truth. But you take it as truth, so you don't realize that you're living lies and telling lies. Does that make sense?
Where
Because
they do that.
you're telling a lie that you have done two things. You didn't do any research and you just took that as a truth. And now you're saying, you know what? The lady told me that you know, the sky is purple, so I'm gonna start telling everybody, hey, y'all, the sky is purple. So that becomes like somebody living lies and telling lies. I'm going somewhere with this, so stay in the car with me, right? So let's talk about some of this. And I'm coming to you, Nathaniel, coming to you. I'm just slow walking down the hill real quick so we can make sure everybody gets this information. What can y'all tell me about this info that you're hearing? Anybody?
Well, it's a real nice merger that will give us access to more volume and give us access to actually some shares at all levels, and actually increase the value for us all, the
Yes.
potential value that we can all acclaim now.
I think the word we're looking for is IPO ready, right? That's the phrase
That's
we're
it.
looking for. IPO ready.
IPO
Down
ready.
the road, down the road.
So and so what happens is it's almost like when you're in a relationship, right? Let's take a relationship. When you're in a relationship, you have two entities, right? And you have two entities that are in communication about trying to set up a merger, right? Now, there's a difference between acquiring and merging. Now, if an acquisition took place, then we might be worried, okay? But ladies and gentlemen, look at it like a marriage. When two single entities come together, they come together to connect as one. So now you have that much more strength in that bond, in that connection. Does that make sense? So when
Yes.
you're talking to folks and folks are trying to discredit this so-called merger, you got to be able to stand on it and know what you're talking about. Well, we just heard you got bought out. Well, you heard wrong. What just happened is we just merged. Just like being married. You got a wife, you married. You know, when you all married and became one, you became a stronger bond. That's what we did. So I'm trying to give y'all some ammunition because people are going to try to tear you down. And if you understand what this is and you're clear on how to translate and explain it, it'll be easy. Oh no, man, it's just like being married. We over here standalone company over here. We just created a marriage, and guess what? Now we're stronger as one. Woo!
That's it.
So, and it's that simple. You ain't got to talk. You ain't got to put a whole lot into it. All you're trying to do is protect what is. So, and let people know. Now, man, it's people out here living lies and telling lies. Let me set the record straight, just so you know. This is what happened. There was a merger, and it made us a lot stronger. If you want to know more about this merger, I'll let you know. But no, we weren't. It wasn't a buyout. This ain't that. All right. So I just wanted to set the record straight. Everybody clear? I want to give it to you in a easy way to understand it and to be able to translate and transfer the information. Okay. So with that being said, I am going to take the ball and I'm going to pass it to a gentleman who is, when I tell you this guy is just making some leaps and bounds as far as transforming. He's actually transforming right in front of our faces. 3 feet from goal, that breakthrough is definitely about to happen. He's kicking in the door as we speak. So I'm going to turn it over to none other than Nathaniel Hooker, the 1%er mindset. The floor is yours, sir.
Hey, thanks, Uncle Jock. I appreciate it. Sorry, this morning had an early morning, so but last night was a nice long night running the rope at both ends. Again, my name is Nathaniel. I'm the 1% Life producer. I'm empowering the 1% mindset. So here's what's going on. That AOG call last night got me thinking. And I want to be really clear. Xperts had something extremely special, and we're all ready to go into it, right? But let me be very, very deep, go a little bit deeper. This Good Morning Expert call is something extremely special, and let me tell you why. Last night, there was 250, 260 people on that call, and I was going through the participants. And you can tell very explicitly who's been through the inside the studios, who comes in and participates in our Good Morning Experts every single day, just by looking at the name block.
Right.
So not just Xperts has something special here, but we have something special here at Good Morning Experts every morning, because it's shaping us to become something of a powerhouse in this industry. Xperts is a powerhouse, but we here on Good Morning Experts is a super powerhouse, and I want to make sure that you guys understand what we have here. Not just an Xperts, but a Good Morning Expert. So please, guys, let's take this seriously. Let's get it going. And the best part about this AOG thing is that we now have an opportunity to change our narrative enough to be more practiced at our new narrative with Xperts. Because that's why I was having a little bit of trouble with my showing the game plan, telling the dream, right? With this new setup of AOG and Xperts, now it's an easier way to get back in there, learn a new way to sell the dream and keep it moving. Practice, guys. Let's get it.
Man, Nathaniel, you just said a mouthful, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Just trusting the process. It's hard when you're a leader, and I can tell the way most people come over here. You can tell that most people, you can tell where most people have been on their journey. And a lot of times people show up here as a leader, and leaders are used to leading. So it's hard for a leader to come up and show up sometimes and line up in formation to be led. Do y'all feel me? So this is a whole humbling experience, because you have to divest yourself, strip yourself down from where you've been. It ain't about where you hear that saying all the time. It's not about where you're from, it's where you're at. You got to divest yourself of everything you know and everything that you think you know if you want to be successful over here. Because what happens is it goes back to that Napoleon Hill that link where he was saying you have to strip yourself of your current inputs. You got to strip yourself of your current inputs so you can put in new inputs. That's the playbook. Y'all feel me? The new inputs is the playbook. And sometimes it's hard when you're trying to run 2 programs. Have you ever seen your phone trying to upload a new program and you keep telling it, no, I don't want to upload? So it still has the old program. So it starts doing goofy stuff. Sometimes your Wi-Fi acts weird. Sometimes your videos may just cut off in the middle of. That's because you're trying to run on 2 programs. You got to clear your cache or your cache, whatever it is. You got to clear that old data. You got to remove the old data. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got to do a reboot, because some of us have stinking thinking that's just lurking and pulling us and holding us back. So we got to be intentional about scrubbing our brains, getting brainwashed. We got to be intentional about our inputs. We got to be intentional about our outputs. What are we putting out to our team? What are we putting out to our folks? sometimes you gotta, guess what? You gotta go do a whole reboot sometimes and disappear and tap out. But guys, the thing is, do not get out of this vehicle. This vehicle is moving. I've seen a lot of vehicles. I've been to a lot of tables. I've never seen a table stack and keep stacking the way Jamie is stacking this table. Like when he says, think about this, the worst this company is ever going to be is how you see it today. Man, think about that. Like really think about that part. We're in a great situation. We got a great company. We got great CEOs. Man, they're making power moves. They are literally taking the industry and shaking it up. And we're part of the shakeup. So don't let nobody from another company try to tell you anything bad about this merger. All right. So with that being said, I know Nathaniel, you had the ball. I know I started talking. So Nathaniel, you can take it or I can pass it for you, whichever one is easy for you, buddy.
Yeah, I believe Dr. Mark, the financial prophet, had it going on had his hand up. So let's hear what that new background and my good friend Dr. Mark's got to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you. 1% mindset, Nathaniel, man. You're awesome, brother. Great things are happening for you up there in Maryland. Look forward to seeing you very soon. I'm just fired up, y'all. You know, I want to lift up my incredible wife, Monique Pinckney, MBA, and my insurance and tax pro, my other business partner, Ms. D. Freeman. We ran the strategy of Medicare on Super Saturday here in Douglasville this past Saturday. Man, today is going to be follow up. We had an incredible turnout of Medicare referrals. Not only that, y'all, we had life insurance clients coming that's going to be prospects that they need life insurance. And we picked up some new business partners that's going to be coming soon just because of that Super Saturday. Did y'all catch what I said? Medicare referrals, new clients, and new business partners. Get out there in your community. They're having something. Just set up a table. Get on that list. Man, I want to lift up my wife and D. We crushed it. Not we crushed it. We all together know what God did for us to crush it. So I just want to share that with you this morning. And you do see a new backdrop because I saw something last night. In the last couple of days, I saw the business promised land. I got something written down on a note card that matches my backdrop, and I didn't even realize it. So this is where I'm going, y'all. I'm speaking into existence. I'm going right there to that backdrop. I ain't going to ask no questions how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to do the work. And I'm just saying, Uncle Jock, I saw something last night too. One of the leaders on Xperts, his backdrop changed last night. And I don't know if you saw it, but he went from his own backdrop to a jet. That's all I got to say this morning. I'm flying in this direction with my wife, all my business partners. Thank you, Miss V, for blessing us with this opportunity. At the right time, right place, right vehicle. We're going to take off to the next level, to the business promised land. Thank you, Uncle Jock. Thank you for getting a chance to share. So appreciate it.
Man, you know, a wise man once told me, I always wanted to start a sentence with that. So y'all just let me have my time. I just started a sentence with that. A wise man once told me that, you know, and Mark, something that you just said that is huge, right? You said you saw something, you were tuned in last night. First, you were tuned in for you to even see what you saw. But here's the thing. The only way that all of this is going to work is you have to be plugged in. If you're not plugged in, ladies and gentlemen, it's just like having your device with the cord attached to the device, but it's not plugged into the socket. You see what I'm saying? Some people come in and they log on. They latch on. Just like that phone plug that's plugged into the phone, but it's not plugged into to the socket. It's not plugged into the source. Are y'all feeling me? You gotta plug in. You can't do this by yourself. You can't be extra smart and think you're gonna outsmart this process. I've seen some super smart people come and join us. I've seen some super smart people come and try to super smart themselves in and out of this thing. You have to have a process and a system. You have to. It doesn't have to be hours, but you have to have a process and a system. This is a whole lot of stuff to process from A to Z. And we are blessed, I'm serious, to probably have one of the best systems in the industry. In the industry. We just got to understand and protect, preserve, and grow this thing. PPG, protect, preserve, and grow our business. Protect, preserve, and grow our businesses by any means necessary, as long as we're not hurting nobody's health, interests, rights, and needs. All right. So with that being said, Dr. Mark, who you passing that ball to?
I saw this incredible woman that invited my wife and I to the business, and I know she had her hand up, and I'm going to call on her. She has changed our life by just sharing this opportunity with us months ago. Miss V, the insurance whisperer, what you have for us this morning, Miss V? Thank you so much for this opportunity, Miss V. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome, y'all. You look at my hat. I am the CEO. Okay.
There you go.
But Dr. Mark and Monique, you are welcome. And I want to thank you for being open, because that is the most important thing. I just have a couple of things to share. Number one, big shout out to one of my business partners, Alan Renee Kennedy. She wrote her first piece of business and submitted it. A nice IUL, big ups. We have had a struggle getting her licensing in place, but it's in place and the floodgates are open. So I am shouting out Renee. And then I want to switch gears to this merger, because you all know I am a business person. I'm that Wharton wonk. Okay. So yay, Uncle Jock, for explaining what a merger is. It's someone with incredible energy, experience, expertise, talent that blends with another entity or individual with incredible expertise, experience, talent, but the vision is shared. Xperts represents a majority in this merger, which is really exciting. And when I say that, you know me in numbers, Xperts is 40+% of this new AOG, which has 12 other companies. You do the math.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Xperts is the majority in the merger. And understand this. The system is the same.
Yes.
That is why AOG created this entity and has Xperts, because of our systems. And so what is AOG? AOG now is the major industry disruptor that Xperts was. So it brings the disruptor and spreads out not only the disruption, but the ripples and the aftershocks. The industry will never be the same, people. But for everybody who is asking the question, how does that affect me? Okay, if you're new, if you're seasoned, if you're old, if you're ED, SED, okay. Everything is the same. Your commission structure is the same. Your promotion structure is the same. Your bonus structure is the same.
Yes.
And guess what? So is the friggin' game book. Run the play, the blueprint, Will you
Yes,
either recruit, build, grow? Everything is the same. We just got a hell of a lot more field to play in.
man. I couldn't have said it more beautiful myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Miss
My,
V.
let's have
Because
some.
here's the deal, y'all. There's nothing to be afraid of. Everything just adds and multiplies to our pot. And like Miss V said, nothing changes. No payroll changes. Like nothing changes. So, so moving right along, and somebody just we got to. So we in the 1 minute tip drill right now for the sake of time, ladies and gentlemen. So with that being said, everything just starts to move a little quicker right now. So with that being said, who you passing that ball to, Miss V?
I'm not sure who had their hand up, but I am going to do a real quick pass to Mr. 𝗯𝗿𝗲. Take it away, sir.
Man, I think Miss Monique Pinckney had her hand up before I did. I'll yield.
For the sake of time, just keep it moving. Come on, you got it.
Sure. Okay. Well, I'll jump in. Uncle Jock gave me the okay. Um, I don't know if 1 minute to do it justice, but my dad taught me to honor the time. So let me just say this: you need to understand that when this merger occurred, basically what that means is for those of you who's owning stock and going on your way to owning stock, you just got richer.
Yep.
You just became more wealthy.
Hmm.
I'll say this, I only got 10 seconds. When Apple started, it was three owners. It was three owners. One of the owners didn't see the vision and sold his shares for $800. Don't be that person.
Imagine how he feels today.
Do not be that person. See the vision through. You don't understand. If you don't understand what's happening, trust your leadership. I'm telling you, you're in a pre-IPO state. When it goes IPO, the people who own shares are already become wealthy. That's all I'll say.
And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna say this. I woke up this morning owning a part of another company. Like, go figure. Like, seriously. Just imagine waking up and being like, going like this, look. And you scroll through your email, like, damn, you just acquired another company. Well, okay. All right, with that. Then guess what? You sip your coffee, shuffle some papers around, and then you should start walking around with this little kind of attitude, like, okay, because the plane starts to land, like, damn, this getting good around here. We're getting stocks and ownership and 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 equity shares in a whole nother company that's on its way to be like, do y'all really realize what we talking about right here? That's icing on the cake. Run, do what you can to get your shares. We don't know what that looks like moving forward. So with that being said, Kamal, who you passing that ball to?
I'm passing it to Monique Pinckney. She's going to wrap us all up and lead us into the 9 o'clock hour.
All right, thank you, Kamal, the next ED. I'll be real quick. What you just said, Uncle Jock, is what I wanted to say. And the main thing is you said that you have to strip yourself of what you think. I want to just share with everybody, we came here for a reason. For me, I can tell you what I was doing wasn't working. It was kind of working, but it wasn't working like this. I didn't have a system in place. So all of us, even if you were doing well, you came over here for a reason. So the system is in place. It's time to run it. And what you said about the stocks is if you're not in that position to have stocks, it's time to get in position. And that's why my husband got that sign behind him, because we're locked in that it's going to change your life when you get to that place. But are you willing to do what it takes to get there? And all you got to do is run the system. I'm done.
Man, you know, when you start making up songs in your head, you know that's when well, I don't know, it might just be a musician thing. Anyway, Gertie, your hand still up? Gertie D's, is your hand still
Yeah,
up?
I just wanted to share some money making activities for me last week, real quick. I had a business partner, or well, he was studying for his license and he never did it, just kind of fell to the wayside. But he been sending me referrals. So he sent me a referral last week for a gentleman, him and his fiance just had a baby, and he wanted to do an IUL. But out of that, I ended up getting 4 applications instead of one.
Woo! All right. Gertie.
Hey, Coach
Hold on,
Garrity
hold on,
D.
hold on.
Yes,
We
sir.
got we got to come off mute for that one. We gotta
Let's
come
go,
off
Miss
mute for
Judy.
that
Garrity
one.
Let's go, Miss Judy. Let's go, Miss
Yay,
Judy.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's multiplication.
And
That was great.
Gertie,
4 for 1 sale,
you know,
4 for 1 sale.
I be noticing everything, right? Your hair looking
Mm.
great too, by the way, Gertie.
Thank you.